Hey guys, and today on Cube vs. Cube, we're doing the Fangshi Shuangren version 2 versus the Dayan Zhanchi. Let's get started. Okay, like I said in the intro, today the two puzzles are the Fangshi Shuangren version 2 and then the Dayan Zhanchi. I also have a little Zhanchi right here. This is the 50mm, and we'll be using this from time to time in this comparison. To compare these two puzzles, we're just going to use our regular categories, which are listed here. These categories are general info, speed and feel, corner cutting and lockups, and design flaws such as popping. Using these four categories and a point system on 1 to 5, which the numbers will be listed here and here the whole time, we can determine which one of these cubes is better. Our point system goes 1 to 5 as usual. In each category, the cube will be rated on 1 to 5, and whoever has the most points at the end is the winner. So let's get started. The Fangshi Shuangren version 2 can range anywhere from $10 to $15 on most cube stores. It is a pretty good price for this cube. The Dayan Zhanchi also ranges from about $10 to $15 on most cube stores, but mostly around the 12 mark. Still a very good price for this puzzle. Okay, now let's look at the sticker shades on these two puzzles. We're going to put them in the checkerboard so we can look at how their shades contrast. And I am also going to be using the little cube because the sticker shades and the non-stickered shades are a lot different. So we have the Fangshi. Its yellow and white is very good and contrasts well. Its orange is a little bit weird, but they both contrast well. It just might not look the nicest. And again, these are kind of like Shangxiao. This is kind of like a Shangxiao green. It doesn't look good, but it contrasts very nice. The Dayan stickerless is about the same story, except it looks a little better. And then the stickered puzzle is, again, almost has the exact same shades as this, except a darker blue, and everything else is about the same. So, yep, they're all good shades, but the Fangshi just doesn't look as good as the other puzzles. Okay, for the first category, I give the Fangshi a 4 out of 5, and the Dayan a 4.5 out of 5. The Dayan gets a little bit of a higher point because the cube obviously looks a lot nicer with the brighter shades. Even with the stickered one, it does look a little better because it does have a brighter shades overall. Okay, now it's time to talk about the speeds on these puzzles. If you guys have been watching my channel, you know the way I test the speed is flicking as fast as I can and seeing how many rotations it can do. So Dayan, it can do about 3 rotations. So let's try that again. That was 180. 180 again. So that first one I think was a little bit lucky, but let's try another side. So it seems to do 180s pretty consistently, but it can do faster, as shown. The Fangshi. That one did over 180, so I'll just do it like, again, over 180. 180, over 180. So the Fangshi looks like it's going to be faster. Let's just try the little one just to see if it's any different. Does the same about 180 every single time. This category also includes the feels of these puzzles, so let's talk about the Dayan's feel. The Dayan has a very clicky and smooth feel, maybe with a little bit of crunchiness in it. This feel is very popular and many people enjoy it. It's just a great feel. It's clicky and smooth. The M slices are about the same and they're pretty fast. It's a great feel. A lot of people enjoy that. When you get the Fangshi out of the box, it is very scratchy, but since this was my main for the longest time, mine is smooth with a tiny bit of scratchy. The M slices are absolutely amazing. This cube has some of the best M slices I've seen. It's very fast, and it can be uncontrollable, but if you learn how to control a fast cube, it's very easy. Okay, for this category, both cubes get 4s. The Dayan has a way better feel than the Fangshi, but the Fangshi is faster than the Dayan. I know that might not always be a good thing, but that's the category, and they're both getting 4s out of 5s in this category, putting this one up to 9.5 points, and this one up to 9 points. Alright, now we're going to talk about corner cutting on these puzzles. The Dayan can do about 45 degrees with a little bit of force. But if you go any farther than 45, it will have this lockup every single time, and it's really annoying, and it can cause pops. The Fangshi, it can do about 45 as well, right on 45, and you can go a little bit past 45, and it'll still power through it. as you can see. But if you go any farther, it'll have this lockup, which is a lot better than having a lockup that'll make it pop. Reverse. The Dayan can do half a piece, a little more than a half a piece, and then even a little bit more, almost line to line. Almost. So about 3/4 of a piece it can do. That it almost popped right there. But about 3/4 and it can do it. The Fangshi has about a half, so try 3/4. Okay, it can power through 3/4, maybe even line to line. My Fangshi is cutting about line to line right now, which is pretty cool. Okay, for this category, the Fangshi beats the Dayan by a lot. It beats it in reverse and regular, so in this category, it gets a 4 out of 5, and the Dayan gets a 3 out of 5 for corner cutting. Okay, now for the final category, which would be design flaws. So we're just going to look at how easily these cubes can pop, and I'm just going to show you my tensions. Both of these tensions are very loose, and you can pull out a whole row, because that's how I like my cubes for the most part. I'll show you also on the Fangshi. You can pull out a whole row, because my tensions are extremely loose. So let's see what we can do with watching them pop. So we'll just go past the regular quarter cutting, and the Dayan will pop like no other cube brand. Let's watch the Fangshi. I am really applying a lot of force. I'm touching the core right now. It's not popping. This cube does not pop, and it won't pop ever because it's a good brand, unlike Dayan. No, I'm just kidding. Dayan's a good brand, but they make cubes that pop. If you watch my best 2x2 episode, it doesn't pop. Okay, for the final category, you can probably tell which cube won this comparison already, but I'll tell you anyways. The Fangshi comes out with 4.5 points, bumping it up to 16.5 points for the final score out of 20 points. And then the Dayan gets 2 points for that category, bumping it up to 13.5 points. Obviously, the Fangshi never pops, like, ever, and it gets quarter twist occasionally. That's why it didn't get a perfect 5. And then the Dayan pops, like, it's ridiculous. This thing pops easier than a balloon in a freaking needle stack. This is literally the #1 cube that pops in my collection, and it corner twists as well. Okay guys, and I hope you enjoyed that. Before you Dayan people get mad at me, let me just state that I like the Dayan more than the Fangshi, because I get better times on my Dayan than my Fangshi, but I feel that the Fangshi was just a lot better made. I know many people disagree with that, but I mean, you saw the tests, and the Fangshi proves itself worthy. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Score 1 for the Fangshi team. I'll see you guys in my next video, and see ya.